Man, that was the greatest World Cup Finals game I have ever seen in my life. That might be the greatest World Cup Finals we've ever seen. I haven't been around to see that many World Cups, but that one right there was spectacular. For it to come down to the wire in a situation where it felt like Argentina just had control, taking a 2-0 lead and just blowing it in the span of 2 minutes because Mbappe gets the penalty. And then right after that, 2 minutes later, he scores the second goal and ties it. They end up going into extra time. Argentina, again, gets a third goal thanks to Messi, who had 2 goals during the game for the most part. And then Mbappe, again, he gets another penalty to tie it and ultimately send this to penalties. By the way, Mbappe played fantastic. 8 goals throughout the entire World Cup. Credit to him. He's already had a World Cup championship because France won the last one. So he already has it on his resume, man. France is going to be a tough team to just deal with moving forward. And Mbappe is going to be, he's up next, bro. He's clearly up next. And I love what I saw from him. But today, it just wasn't about him. He did everything he could to help his team win and help France defend their championship, but they just came up short due to penalties, and it wasn't Mbappe's fault. So credit to him. He's clearly up next, but this was all about Lionel Messi. I got to say, man, there's always been a conversation when it comes to who's the GOAT. And, 2 names that are always brought up are Messi and Ronaldo. Now, Ronaldo is a great talent. He's a fantastic player. He's obviously one of the greatest to ever play this game, and that should never be questioned. But Messi has been that guy in terms of achievements, accomplishments, and production. What he's been able to do in his career, especially during his time in Barcelona, cannot be questioned. It cannot be matched. Lionel Messi should be considered the GOAT. However, there was always one thing that people looked at when it came to his resume, because Messi has accomplished everything in this game. He has. He's pretty much accomplished everything. The only thing Messi was missing in his long career was that World Cup title. He needed to win a World Cup with Argentina. He desperately needed to win one. He was already defined as one of the best, but to become the undisputed GOAT, at least to most people, he needed to win a World Cup, which was a tall task considering the fact that Argentina has not won a World Cup since 1986. So the pressure was on, and they had plenty of chances throughout the appearances Messi's had in the World Cup, but they've come short a couple times. However, this was the last chance for him. This was his final appearance. This was his last chance. He was not going to play another World Cup with Argentina past this. So this was his final attempt. And to go on this run and get it done the way Messi and Argentina did is something magical. Lionel Messi had accomplished everything you would want to do in this sport, but he didn't have a World Cup to his name, and he needed to get that so that no one can ever question Messi. No one can ever say he's not the GOAT because he never won a World Cup. He now has that on his resume. And what makes this even more special is the fact that he did this while also becoming the first player in World Cup history to score a goal in every single round of the tournament. The round of 16, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. 7 goals in total throughout the entirety of this tournament. Fantastic. He put the team on his back. Absolutely magnificent. And in this game, he gave it his all. 2 goals for them. Also, he hit his penalty when it came to penalty kicks. I mean, this guy, he's done it all. And now that he's finally achieved what he's been searching for so long, that World Cup title, now that he has it, he's done. There's nothing left for him to prove. There's nothing left for him to accomplish. Lionel Messi has completed football. It's over. There's nothing more that he needs to prove. He's the GOAT. He is the undisputed GOAT. And no one should ever question that again. So, when it comes to what's next for Messi, well, obviously he's going to go back to a PSG for now, but eventually he is going to return to Barcelona and he's going to retire there because everything, when it comes to accomplishments, everything Barcelona's accomplished, it's straight up tied to Messi. And now that he has that World Cup, when he returns there, it doesn't matter how he looks or how he plays because he's 35 now. Obviously, the end of his career is near. But when he finally returns to Barcelona to retire, if he wants to play a couple games, he will. And it won't matter how he looks, though. I mean, at 35, the way he's still playing, he's definitely got a couple years left if he wants to play. But eventually he will return to Barcelona, and once he does, he will retire there, and that will be his career. But he has nothing left to prove. He has nothing left to accomplish. He's done everything he's needed to do. And in his final World Cup appearance, he finally wins that World Cup title and has officially placed himself at the top as the undisputed GOAT. No one should ever question him. He has completed football. There's nothing left for Lionel Messi to prove. And the debate is over. He's the undisputed GOAT. We don't need to talk about it. There's no one else that's going to match it. We don't need to have that discussion. It's over. But, yeah, congratulations to Argentina for winning the World Cup, man. This is first World Cup win for them since 1986. And what it took to get this World Cup was quite special. You know, there was definitely some tough moments there. Obviously, you know, the fact that they were up 2-0 against the Netherlands early on in the tournament, and they allowed the Netherlands to tie it, so they had to go to penalties, and they survived in advance. That was also dangerous. And then in this game, you know, you're up 2-0, and you just have a moment of weakness, just a lapse of weakness. And you allowed 2 goals to be scored in 2 minutes. And it rattles them. It rattles them. They were fighting. Those final minutes of regulation, they were just trying to survive. Because at that point, they were lost. And France continued to attack. And the thing that made it unfortunate here was that Argentina had so many opportunities to score. They had so many opportunities to score. They really could have made it 3-0 at some point, but they just missed so many opportunities. And France, they started getting some opportunities, and man, that Martinez, bro, that guy is something special. He had it wasn't even in regulation. It was in extra time. I believe it was the 118, 119 minute where France looked like they were about to really just take this over and win it at the last second. He had the greatest save of the tournament. That I don't know how he was able to save that goal from happening, but that was a fantastic save. I'm just blown away by what this game was, and again, what Mbappe did was fantastic as well. Just give these guys credit, man. Give these guys credit. Give these guys credit. France is going to be around for a while, and Mbappe he's got next. Like I've said at the beginning of the video, he's got next, bro. He's got next, and France is going to continue to be a dangerous team. They were this close, man. They were this close to repeating as champions. You know, they won in 2018. They beat Croatia in the finals. They were this close to repeating, and they just weren't able to get it done this time around. But it is what it is. Tough break for France. I know this one definitely hurt them. They just didn't do well in the penalties, man. They didn't do well. It is what it is. That's the tough part. I hate when it comes down to penalties because that's when the pressure's on the most. And sometimes if you play around with penalties, man, you're going to cost your team. And it happened here. It really happened here. And it just hurt France. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's just how it is, man. The pressure's on and you got to be able to deliver. And Argentina was able to deliver when the pressure was on. They didn't miss a single penalty. And they iced the game and won the World Cup. And that's all she wrote. Lionel Messi has completed football. He has nothing left to prove in his career. Whenever he's ready to go back to Barcelona and retire, he'll go back to Barcelona and retire. And, you know, that will just be the end of it. So, yeah, once again, congratulations to Argentina for pulling off an amazing run. Because, really, I wasn't fully sure Argentina was going to get to the finals. I wanted them to get there because I knew this was Messi's last run. And I wanted to see him end this off with his first ever World Cup title. But when they tied against the Netherlands and went to penalties, I was scared. I really thought Argentina was about to suffer a heartbreaking loss, but they managed to deal with it. And they didn't play around with Croatia either because Croatia is a fantastic penalty kicking team. That's how they got to the finals last World Cup. They just kept going to penalties and they just kept winning. So I didn't want Argentina to deal with that, and they didn't play around. They beat them 2-0 and moved on. And here in the World Cup finals, man, they fought, man. Messi gave it everything he had, put the team on his back, and did whatever it took to help him and this team win. And they managed to pull it off. They got it done in penalties. And now you can finally look at Messi's career. You can look at his whole resume. You can look at his legacy and just be like, yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the undisputed GOAT. He's accomplished everything you would ever want to do in this sport. So credit to Messi, credit to Argentina. And yeah, go celebrate, guys. I don't really talk about soccer here, but this was truly special, and I just had to talk about it because I love Messi. He's my guy. But yeah, with that being said, that is all I've got. Once again, congratulations to Argentina. And with that being said, I'm out of here, man. Peace.